Not picking the right review app can cost you thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of dollars. And in this video, I'm going to show you the best review apps for Shopify. If you don't know who I am, my name's Clayton Bates. I'm one of the only people on YouTube ever be authenticated as a Shopify expert. The websites I've built have generated hundreds of millions of dollars online. The advice I've given has probably generated $1 billion by now. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what helped generate over $100,000 using review apps on Shopify. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you a tactic that I've been using for some of my top clients that has made them quite a lot of money. So let's get into the video. All right, so we're in the Shopify App Store, and you can actually go here and type in reviews, and it's going to bring up some of the review apps for Shopify. Now, some of my absolute favorite ones is this one called Luke's Reviews. I highly recommend this one. So what this one actually does is it will automatically email the customer after X amount of days, asking them for a review. They can leave a photo review, video review, stuff like that. It starts at $13 USD, but the link in the description will actually get you an extended free trial. So if we actually come down here, it normally has a 7-day free trial. My link actually gets you a 30-day free trial. Once you click install, it will actually have that 30-day free trial. Now, one of the reasons I love Luke's is just because of how it actually displays on your website. I think it's very flexible. It's very good if you want to have lots of like photo reviews and stuff like that. It also has some really cool things like little snippets that you can put just under your add to cart button or just under the price and stuff with really small reviews that people can slide through. It has like little stars at the top of product page. You can build a reviews app, a reviews page with all your reviews. You can have a section on your homepage with all your reviews, things like that. So that's why I'm really a big fan of it. I've used it so much over the years. I've recommended it to hundreds and hundreds of people, probably thousands of people now. And this has generated over $100,000 for my clients. And the way it actually generates this money is that, especially if you're over $2,000 a month, it does this. When it automatically emails the customer, you think about it like this, right? They had a good experience. People aren't going to come back to your website and leave a review. Hardly anyone ever does that. So when they get the email to come back and leave a review, they had a good experience. They're like, oh, okay, go back to your website. And it actually puts cookies in their browser. So it actually can track how much sales you got from that email being sent out. So that's how it's generated over $100,000 for my clients, which is really, really cool. The top people using this that are my clients absolutely love this. Imagine on your website you have over 1,000 reviews. That's really going to help conversions, build trust, things like that. I really love Luke's. I've made heaps of videos about it. In my free school community, which I'll leave a link below, I actually teach you how to install this and update this all for free in my community. So check that out. The next one that we use sometimes is Google Reviews by Repitcher, or I don't know, I'm not going to even try to say it, but basically what this one does is it will put Google reviews on your website. So we'll actually add a block that people can scroll through your Google reviews and stuff like that. So a little bit like this. Now, some businesses, it makes so much sense to actually have Google reviews on their website over product reviews. So many times it's actually been like, I've sat down with a client and I'm like, you know what, 80% of people, product reviews is better. But for you, it's probably going to be better to have Google reviews and really build up the Google reviews. So this will automatically keep putting the Google reviews there, and people can leave a Google review, and it actually blocks low Google reviews, which is really cool. It's a small fee to have this block. It's $7 USD at the moment to have this block on your website. But especially if you're making like 2,000 plus a month, this can be like something that generates so much more revenue for your business. Even just having this on your reviews page, with even you could have a combination of product reviews and Google reviews. This is really going to help. Now, if you think about it, imagine you land on a website and the product's like $500 or 1,000 or something, right? And they have 100 5-star reviews on Google. That's really powerful. It's really powerful to have product reviews as well. But just say you have a lot of high ticket products, right? And maybe one of them has one product review, the other one has 3 product reviews, because it's going to be a little bit harder to get heaps and heaps of product reviews, right? You use the Google reviews, so all your products are getting Google reviews, right? And it's going into the same Google reviews block. So instead of getting one here, two on that product, three on that product, you now have 100 on the one product sort of thing. So that's why sometimes it makes sense to have Google reviews on your website. And like I said, if you want to learn exactly how to add this to your website, there's a link below to my free school community. There's also a link to grab this below. Now, another review app that is good is called Judge Me. Now, I personally don't really like Judge Me that much. And the main reason I don't like Judge Me that much is because it doesn't really display exactly how I like it, sort of thing. But the one thing I'm going to say about Judge Me is that it's a cheaper option and they still are good. I have no hard feelings against Judge Me or anything like that. Some of our clients use Judge Me and I've had no issues at all with Judge Me. Now, down here with Judge Me, it starts as a free plan. So this actually has a free plan. So if you're thinking about, oh, Luke's is too expensive, Google's too expensive, something like that, this one can be a really good starting block sort of thing. Sometimes if you're just brand new, you have no reviews at all, and you want to have a review up on your website, Judge Me is a really, really good option. So if you're just starting out, you don't have sales, I'd probably recommend Judge Me. But once you start to get over like $1,000-$2,000 a month, I highly recommend the Google one or Luke's reviews. But definitely no hard feelings. Keep up the good work, Judge Me. I know it sounds bad, but I have no hard feelings. Now, the Google Reviews app, the company that made that actually has some other review apps as well, which I'll leave all links below for. And basically, you can actually embed like your Etsy reviews. There's a testimonial slider. You most likely will not need this one. Some other good ones here? The Amazon importer. It can import AliExpress reviews for those drop shippers. It can do Facebook reviews, which is pretty cool. eBay reviews, stuff like that. So if you're selling lots on those platforms, you've actually got some other plugins that you can put on your product page or reviews page, things like that. Someone just recently, we worked with someone that had heaps of Etsy reviews, and we actually used a plugin for their website sort of thing, because they had like, I think 700 Etsy reviews or something like that. And imagine you start a brand new website and you have no reviews, but you have these 700 Etsy reviews. That's really going to build trust, and it's going to build a lot of rapport when people come to your website. So if you're on any of those platforms, check out the link below and you can import it into your website. All right, so we're at the part of the video where I'm going to show you this tactic that we used for some of our higher clients, which is insane, especially if you have a higher ticket product. This is going to work really well for you. Now, the same company that did the last review apps and stuff like that, they have this app. It's free for 50 emails, and then it's like $10, and it keeps going up the more emails that it has. Now, what this actually does, it emails your customer to leave like a Google review, a Facebook review, stuff like that. And the tactic that we actually did is, imagine this, for example, right? You have a $500 product, people see some reviews on your website. A lot of people don't trust things these days, so they do a bit more investigation into your business, right? They Google search your business, right? And then they go to your Google reviews and you have 3 Google reviews, right? It's gonna not look the best on your business, right? So this is what we've done to a couple of people. I think 6 people we've done it now. So the first person we ever did it to, I think they had 700 product reviews, which is awesome. It's amazing. But on their Google reviews, they had hardly any Google reviews, right? So we turned off their Luke's reviews. It wasn't emailing the customer anymore. We use this app to email the customer, and they now have 400 Google reviews. So imagine a high ticket product. I think the average order value is like, I don't know, 500, 300, 500, something like that. Can't really remember off the top of my head, but imagine people going to Google their business now. So now they see, well, they're over 1,000 product reviews now, I think. So they see 1,000 product reviews on their website. They go Google them, and there's 400 Google reviews. That's really going to help conversions and just building trust. There's so many scammers and scam things and everything around, and adding all these layers of stuff really makes a really big difference. Even adding video reviews, to your website would help massively, especially the higher ticket that people are on your products and stuff like that. We also did it on another website where they had 2,000 product reviews, and then we installed this, turned Luke's off, and then they got to, I think, 250 Google reviews. So imagine when people are Googling them now, it's like 2,000 product reviews, 250 Google reviews. This massively builds trust. Even in my business, if you have a service-based business and for some reason you're still watching this video now, like I think I have like 12 video reviews, 150 written reviews. And I can tell you one thing now, that once I started to get video reviews, it made a massive, massive impact on my business. And like I said, lots of people are skeptical. So really building these things up in all different places, even your Facebook reviews, people will go look at that. There's so many different things that you can do to build up that trust in your product, because I'm sure you have a great product and you just want to add these little layers of stuff. I always look at things like this. If there's 20 reasons why someone buys something off you, having heaps of reviews might be one. But if you have a competitor and there's the two of you and you have 18 of the 20 things and they have two of the 20 things, even if your product's more expensive, a lot of people are going to go with your product. So just an example for my business is we've won heaps of business awards. That might be one. We've got 150 5-star reviews. That might be one. Authenticated Shopify experts. That might be one. We've been on 20 plus podcasts. That might be one. We have subscribers on YouTube, not heaps, 2,000 at the moment, but that might be one. We have like 80 videos people can go back through and watch. Video reviews from clients, 600 projects we've worked on. We've made hundreds of millions of dollars for our clients. So when you keep stacking these things on top of each other, it's more likely someone's going to buy your product or your service. Another one could be like the way you make things, being made in the US, made in Australia. All these little things, stacking them on top of each other can make a really big difference. So hopefully you found a lot of value out of this video. Let me know in the comments what your favorite review app is. If you want to learn how to install these into your website, then go to my free school community and I'll show you how to do that there. And like always, there'll be some link or video somewhere around this screen where if you want a completely free video review of your website, going over tips and suggestions on how to improve conversions, click that link and I'll make a personalized video just for you, just like the other 2,000 people I've done it for. I absolutely love making those videos. And until next time, have a good one.